We're starting in a seated cross-legged position on your mat, closing your eyes and just starting to bring that awareness to the breath. So closing your eyes if you're not already, and just starting to soften through the body. Taking a big breath in, and a big deep breath out. Just allowing yourself to come onto your mat. Finding a little pause in the middle of your day. Allowing yourself a little bit of rest and stretch and chill. Deep breath. And take your left hand to your right knee. Take the right hand behind, maybe still with the eyes closed. Just start to twist through the body. Coming back to center, take the right hand onto the left knee. Take the left hand behind. And again, just twisting through the body. And coming back to center, maybe fluttering the eyes open if you haven't already, and start sending the arms out in front of you, taking a forward fold. And then nice and gently sitting up. Just bring some awareness into your neck this morning. So turning your head to look over your left shoulder as far as you can go. Bring it back to center and turning the head to look over your right shoulder as far as you can go. And gently coming back to center. Take both of your legs out in front of you. Knock your knees in together and just take a little windscreen wiper of the legs from one side to the other. Yourself back onto the mat. Just bear with me a second. I'm just going to mute everyone that's joined us on Zoom, as I can see some or hear some noises. And then bring yourself back down. Fab. So bring both of your legs out and in front of you. Extend through both of your legs. And we're going to take a slight bend in the back of the knees and take our fingertips so they're outside each of our calves. What we're going to do is inhale, lift up through the chest, straighten the legs as much as you can, feeling it in the back of the hamstrings. And exhale, round through the back and just let the head come heavy. Inhale, push into those fingertips, straighten the legs, push the legs into the floor, maybe engaging your quads. Exhale, soften. And again, inhale, we lift up, we look forwards. Exhale, we soften. One more, inhale, we lift up, we look forwards. Exhale, we soften. And then bend the knees a touch more if you need to. Hold on to your ankles or your calves. And just take the head down to the floor, down towards the knees, and relax here. Nice and gently we roll all the way up. We take the hands out and behind us, fingertips pushing away. Roll the shoulders back and down. Inhale, we lift, breathing, opening. And then exhale, just ease off a little bit. One more big inhale, lift the chest open. And exhale, we ease off. Push your feet flat into the mat and then turn your hands so your fingers point in towards your glutes. Opening through the chest here. We're going to push into the palms and we're going to lift the hips up and off the floor. So inhale, we squeeze, we lift, we open, taking it a little bit off the mat, maybe drawing yourself up as high as you can. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, we lift up a little bit higher, squeezing, pushing into those heels, opening. Exhale, we take it back down. On this last one, see if you can take it up into that reverse tabletop and hold. So squeeze, lift, push into your heels, open, push into the palms. Big breath in and big breath out. We lower back down. Bending through your knees, hug your arms around the knees and take the head to the mat. The head to the floor even. Big breath in and big breath out. So we've been working a lot into our quads and our hamstrings today. So we're just warming up a little bit more through them. So find all fours. And taking our yoga staple, our cat and our cow, but we're going to incorporate a little bit of leg movement into that. So inhale, look forwards, lift the chest, roll the shoulders back and down, and we're going to squeeze our glutes and our hamstrings, our quads, and draw our feet in towards us. As we exhale, we take the top of the feet down towards the floor, we press up through our chest, pushing down through the palms, and then come onto the top of the feet, engaging. Inhale, lift the chest, look forward, open, squeeze your heels in towards the glutes. Exhale, send it back, press into the floor, lift. Maybe you can get a little bit higher with the chest or the knees. One more, inhale, look forward, lift, open, and exhale, we send it back. Good stuff. Find neutral. Send your right leg out and away from you. Push through your right heel. Pull the belly in, lengthening here. Bend your right knee so you've got a 90-degree angle behind the back of your right knee. And we're going to start to rotate that hip. So pushing through the palms, can you bring your knee out to the side, drop the foot down and take it back. Two more, opening, bring that foot down, open that leg so you've got 90-degree angles at the hips and bring it back. One more, open and send it back. Keep that leg lifted. Little pulses through that right leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that leg, slim the right leg. Can you lift, lengthen and extend the right leg out to the side? Keep pushing, holding, lifting the leg as high as possible for you, and then bring it down to the floor. Keeping the left palm flat to the mat, send the right arm up to the sky. Find that breath, that sun is lovely. Big breath in and big breath out. Bring the right hand back down to the floor. And it doesn't have to be far, but see if you can start to sit back towards that left heel. Maybe come onto your forearms, draw the head to the mat and find the breath. And then push up onto your palms. Bring the knee down and we're going to change sides. So I'm just taking a little swizzle, stay where you are, but finding yourself back on all fours. We're going to start with that cat and cow. So inhale, we lift up, we look forward, we squeeze our heels in towards us. Exhale, we push into the top of the feet, we push into the palms, take it back. Inhale, look up, look forward, squeeze the heels in. Exhale, we push into the top of the feet, push down through the palms, take it back. One more, inhale, look forwards, lift and lengthen. Exhale, we send it back. Then finding all fours again, we're going to send the left leg out and away from us. Pulling the belly in, lifting, finding that engagement. Then bend that left leg through 90 degrees. Flex through the foot, push through the palms, keep the upper body engaged and use your core here. Drawing the navel in towards the spine. Make sure your arms aren't locked too. See if you can then rotate through the hips. So we're going to draw that left knee out to the side until our knee comes at a 90-degree angle to the body and then send it back. And again, draw it round 90 degrees so the foot is parallel, the shin is parallel with the floor. Bring it back. One more, 90 degrees. Just getting that internal and external rotation of the hip and send it back. Find neutral. We're going to pulse through that left leg. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying in that left leg. Can you bring it round to the side and then start straightening the left leg out? Hold it there. Long as you can, keep pushing equally through the palms. 3, 2, 1. Lower the leg down to the floor. Push into that left foot. Push the right palm flat to the mat and send the right arm up to the sky. Stacking, open the shoulders. And then bring the left hand down. See if you can send the weight back onto that right heel. Push down through the floor, then come onto the forearms. Take the forehead to the mat. Stretching on the inside of the thigh, that adductor. And then come back to neutral. Bring the knee down and just take a little wiggle, a rock, whatever you want to do in that tabletop. Before we push the palms flat to the floor, we lift our hips and we take our first downward facing dog. Pat it out through the palms and then claw the mat ever so slightly, so you're really digging your palms, your fingertips into the floor, and the whole of your palm is in contact with the mat. And pat it out through the heels. Lift the tailbone nice and hard. Lifting here, bending the knees if your hamstrings are particularly tight today. I know a few of you have let me know that your hamstrings are tight, so just be mindful of that, be careful. And then nice and gently start to walk your feet forwards and come to hang in a forward fold. Breathing here, maybe find your elbows, maybe take a little rock from one side to the other. Then release the hands all the way down to the floor, and we're going to step our right foot back by about a meter, about 1.5 meters maybe. Depending on how tense or stiff your legs are, I would recommend bending your knees, but if you can, straighten through both of your legs without locking the knee out. Hold the belly in, look forwards and take that slight rotation through your body. So rather than arching through your thoracic spine, that mid-spine, see if you can draw your chest down and look forwards, creating a flat back. I hope you can all still hear me well. The wind seems to have picked up a little bit. And then bending into the left leg. Bring the right leg up, take it back down to the floor. Find that forward fold, let the head be heavy, the neck be long. And we step our left leg back about 1 meter, about 1.5 meters. Push into the left heel. And again, see if you can lengthen and straighten through your legs. Try that slight tweak of your back, lifting your chest, flat back. Push down strong through your heels and your big toes. Lifting the chest, your fingertips are just grazing the floor there for support. And then release, bring the left leg back in and step your feet all the way back into your down dog. Pat it through the heels. Find that breath. And then come down onto your knees and take a child's pose. Getting yourself set up and ready for our flow. So, finding the breath, we push back into downward facing dog, and we're going to stay in down dog for 3 deep breaths. Big breath in and big breath out. Big breath in and big breath out. One more big breath in and big breath out. Lift the right leg up towards the sky. Finding height here, finding length here. And then bring the right knee in to touch your right elbow. Make contact if you can, and then send it back. Right knee now comes in to touch your nose. Get it as close as you can, and then send it back. Right knee now comes across the body to touch your left elbow, and then send it back. Now bring the right foot forwards and take it in between your hands. Pull the belly in, lift the chest, look forward. Inhale, we come all the way up into a high lunge. Breathing here, big breath in, and big breath out. We open into our warrior two, sinking down over that right leg, making a 90-degree angle, the back of the right knee, and pushing down through the outside of your left foot. Inhaling and exhaling. Take the right elbow onto the right knee, send the left arm up and over the head, and sink a little deeper here. Breathing here. Inhale and exhale. And then bring the left hand all the way down to the floor. Pivot onto the ball of your left foot and send the right arm up to the sky. Big breath in and out. Bring the right hand down towards the floor. We're going to step the right foot to the back, finding your plank, maybe taking the knees down if you want to, untucking the toes, bend your elbows. We hover to the floor, elbows are tight in towards the ribs. Inhale, baby cobra, or coming up into your upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pad through the heels. And we're going to start to find this flow in the left side. So left leg comes up to the sky. Bend the left knee. Bring the left knee in towards the left elbow. Touch if you can. Send it back. Bring the left leg in to your nose. Touch if you can. And then send it back. Left knee then comes in towards your right elbow. Touch if you can. And send it back. And then bring the left foot forwards in between your hands. Pull the belly in, find that control. Take a breath in as we lift up. Inhaling. Push into the left knee. Exhale, open into our warrior two. Push down firm through the outside of your right foot. Bend through the left knee. Relax the shoulders, roll them back and down, arms along. Make sure you can still see your big left toe so that the knee's not collapsing in. You're pushing it out and opening those hips. Big breath in. Big breath out. Left elbow comes onto left knee. Right arm sinks up and over the head. And we're breathing here, opening here. And bring the right hand all the way down to the floor. Pivot onto the ball of your right foot. Send the left arm up to the sky. Push back strong through right heel. Open in and out. Bring the left hand down. Take the left foot to the back. Find your plank. Lower the knees if you want to. We bend the elbows. Brush them tight into the ribs as we exhale. Inhale, lift it up. And then exhale, send it back to down dog. Option if you want to find that child's pose or just pat it out through the heels. Find that down dog. Finding the breath. And we're going to continue with our flow. So we're going to bring a little bit more of our leg work into it now. So lifting the right leg up nice and high. Bend the knee. Bring the right knee into the right elbow. This time, don't send it back. Bring the right knee into the nose. Don't send it back. Bring the right knee into the left elbow. And then flip the right foot in between the hands. Inhale, find that high lunge. Exhale, open into your warrior two. Sink it down. Breathing here, inhaling. And exhaling, the right elbow comes onto the right knee, the left arm comes up and above the head, and we're sinking into that side angle. Push down strong through the outside of the left foot. Breath in And breath out. Bring the left hand all the way down to the floor. Pull up and see if you can rotate. Find the ball of your left foot and lift the right arm up to the sky. Breathing in and out. This time, bring your right hand down to the floor. I'd recommend bringing your right foot in a foot or two, just so it's underneath your chest. And we're going to lift the chest and hover the left foot up and off the floor. Pull the belly in here. Can you bring your hands into prayer, really switching on through that right glute, that right leg. And all we're going to do is lift up a couple of inches, still looking at the floor, but extending the head, and then drop down a couple of inches. One more, lift up a couple of inches, and drop down a couple of inches. Nice. Take the hands towards the floor, lift the left leg up as high as you can. Bend the knee and straighten. Bend the knee and straighten. Then bring the left foot down to join the right. Hang in that forward fold. Let the head be heavy. Feeling that work you've just done in the right leg. Inhale, find your fingertips or your shins. Look forwards. Create a flat back. And then as we exhale, we take the palms down to the floor. A little bit of fun on a Wednesday lunchtime. Walk, step, or jump your feet back into plank. Nice. We hover on down. Bend those elbows. Take it to the floor. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Don't forget the breath. Exhaling, down dog. Pad through the heels. Take a break whenever you need to. Coming down into child's pose. Big breath in and big breath out. Big breath in and big breath out. Left leg lifts. Bend the left knee. We're going to bring the left knee into the left elbow. We're then going to bring the left knee into the nose. Left knee then goes to the right elbow and then flip the left foot in between the hands. Engage, pull up, lift, find the breath. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, open into that warrior. Sink down a little bit deeper. Relax your faces. Try not to look so serious. Big breath in. Big breath out. Take the left elbow onto the knee. Sweep the arm up and over the head and sink into side angle. You're trying to create a straight line from the fingertips all the way to the toes. The sun is lovely, but I can't see. Breathing in and breathing out. Then bring the right hand all the way down to the floor. Pivot onto the ball of your right foot. Send the left arm up towards the sky. Breathe it in and breathe it out. And then bring the left hand down. We're going to step that left foot back a foot or two so the left foot comes underneath our hips. Push into the left heel. Lift the right leg up and off the floor. So you want your right foot to be flexed. Keep lifting the chest and we bring our hands into prayer underneath the chest. And again, we're going to sink it down and then we're going to press it up. We're looking in front of us but keeping our neck long. Again, sink it down, feel that leg engage and press it up. Nice. Take the hands down to the floor, lift the right leg as high as you can, bend the right knee, straighten the right leg. And again, bend the right leg and straighten. Bring the right foot to the outside of the left. Hang in a forward fold. Let the head be heavy, the neck be long. Inhale, halfway lift. Either your fingertips just graze the floor or take your hands onto your shins. Look forwards, flat back. Exhale, take the hands all the way down. And again, a little bit of fun. Walk, step, or jump back into plank. Take the knees down if you want to. And we chaturanga. Hover down to the floor. Inhaling up dog. Exhaling down dog. Again, pad through the heels. Find the breath. And we're going to continue with that flow. So I'm just going to pivot that you guys stay where you are. Right leg comes up towards the sky. Bend the right knee, bring the right knee in to touch your right elbow. Hold it there. 2, 1. Take it to touch the left elbow. Hold it there. 2, 1. Squeeze it into the nose. Hold. And then flip the right foot in between the hands. Pull the belly in. Finding a big inhale, we rise. Exhale, we open to that warrior 2. Keep the balance, you've got it. You want to make sure that the right heel goes into the arch of your left foot. Your left heel is the furthest thing away from you, and you're sinking down, opening, looking over those right fingertips. Take the right elbow onto the knee. The left arm comes up and over the head, and we're pushing into the knee, opening, breathing in and out. Sorry, the wind is picking up. We're just going to keep going through it. In and out. Take the left hand all the way down to the floor. Pivot onto the ball of your left foot. Send the right arm up to the sky. Maybe you're feeling this in the outside of your right glute, the IT band. Bring your right hand down. And then draw your foot again underneath your hips. About a foot back. Push into that right leg and lift the left foot. This time we're going to point the left toes. Pull the belly in. Can you again bring your hands into prayer? We've got those 2 little lowers. So drop it down. And we're going to send it back up. Again, take it as low as you can and as high as you can. So drop it down. Take it as low as you can with that leg. And then send it back up. Take the hands down to the floor, lift the left leg up to the sky, bend the left knee, and straighten. One more, bend the left knee, and straighten. Take the left leg down behind you, walk your hands in so you're framing your front right foot, pull the belly in and lift up. The same move that we started off with near the beginning of the class. So big breath in. Big breath out. And then from here, we're going to bend back into that right leg. We're going to lift all the way up to stand, roll the shoulders back and down, and we're going to take the weight into our right foot. We're going to bend our left knee. We're going to flex our left foot and bring the left leg forwards, still with a bend in the knee. Big breath in, big breath out. Take your left ankle onto your right knee and start to bend through the right knee, just taking it as low as you can. You might just want to hang out here. You might want to take it a little deeper and draw the hands down towards the floor. Whatever works for you today, staying with what is good for you. Maybe here is good. Breathing in and breathing out. And then releasing that left leg back. Step back into your plank. Lower yourself down to the floor as we breathe out. And we hover down. Inhaling up dog. Exhaling downward facing dog. Pad through the heels. Breathing in and out. We're going to repeat that on the left side. So we're lifting the left leg up to the sky, bending the left knee, bring the left knee to the left elbow, hold for 3, 2, 1. Take it to the right elbow, hold for 3, 2, 1. Knee to nose, keep with it, hold, and then flip the left foot in between the hands. Pull the belly in, rise up with a big breath in. And breathe out as we open into that warrior, sinking down here, inhaling and exhaling a little low. If you can, keep pushing into the outside of that right foot, inhale and exhale, left elbow comes onto the knee. We send the right arm up and over the head, sinking into it, feeling it in the hips, breathing here. And then take the right hand all the way down to the floor. The right fingertips find the mat. We pivot onto the ball of the right foot. Push the right palm down. Left arm comes up to the sky. Breathe it in. And breathe it out. Bring the left hand down. Take your left foot underneath your hips. Push into the left foot. And we lift the right leg, pointing that right leg. Pointing the toes. Bring your hands to your chest. Try and bring your chest parallel with the floor. And again, finding that balance, we sink down as low as we can on that left knee. And that left leg, we're trying not to wobble. And then lift back up. One more, sink down as low as you can on that left leg. Like single leg squats, and then lift it back up. Lower the hands down to the floor, keep the right leg nice and high, bend the right leg, and straighten the right leg. One more time, bend the right knee, straighten the right leg. Take the right foot down to the floor behind you, so your feet are about a foot away from one another. Walk your hands in to frame that left leg, and again, squeeze in through the shoulder blades, create a flat back and look forwards. Breathe it in. Fingertips are supporting you, but the most of the work is coming through the legs. And breathe it out. And then bend through the left knee, bend through the right leg. Bring your right leg all the way up, flexing through your right foot and creating a 90-degree angle behind the back of the right leg. Holding here, breathing in and out. And then sending that leg back and behind you, taking the foot down towards the floor, step the left foot to the back, find the plank, and we take it to the mat. Inhaling up dog, exhaling child's pose. Take the knees nice and wide, the big toes to touch, sink back onto your heels, forehead finds the floor, and we breathe here. Softly does it. And nice and gently come all the way back up. Find your down dog. So we're going to come into our flow one more time. We're going to add a few little extra bits of flair to it. So finding that breath, big breath in, big breath out. Right leg comes up to the sky. Bend the right knee, bring the right knee in towards your right elbow. Send it down to your right wrist. Then across to your left wrist, up to your left elbow, hug it into the nose and take the foot in between the hands. Nice. Inhale, we find high lunge. Exhale, we open into that warrior two. Pull the belly in, sink a little bit lower, lengthen in and out. Take the right elbow onto the right knee. The left arm comes up and over the head, sinking down into it here, breathing here, opening. And then we bring the left hand all the way down to the floor, pivot onto the left foot, send the right arm up to the sky. Inhale and exhale. Bring the right hand down, bring the right foot underneath the hips, lift the left leg up and off the floor. This time we're going to flex the left foot, we're going to straighten the right leg, and we're going to lift first of all into, whoop, you got it, into a warrior three. Then we're going to send the arms out in front of us and lengthen here. You can bring your hands down to the floor if you want to, but see if you can stay with your arms extended and sink as low as possible, and then push it back up. Just one more, sink it down as low as possible and push it back up. Take the hands to the floor, lift the leg nice and high. Bend the left knee, and this time take the left knee down to touch the back of the right calf, and then take it up towards the sky. Take the left knee back down to touch the back of the right calf, send it up towards the sky. One more, left knee to touch the back of the right calf. Up to the sky. Nice. Take the left foot down about a foot behind your right, but if you're on two train tracks, you want the feet to be parallel. Walk your hands in. This time take your right hand onto your right ankle or hook your peace fingers around your right toe. Take your left hand to your waist or your hip. Roll the shoulder back and down and open. You can extend the left arm up to the sky if you want. Breathing in, trying not to lock the right knee out. Breathing out. The wind, I swear. Big breath in and big breath out. Bring the left hand all the way down. We're going to bend our left leg. Squeeze it in towards the chest. See if you can hold it here. And then you have the option of keeping your fingertips in contact with the floor, or today's final challenge, can you hold on to that right ankle? Holding here, squeezing, lengthening. If you want to add a little bit more flair, maybe bring your hands into prayer. Big breath in and big breath out. Take the hands to the floor. Can you step your right foot back to plank? Find plank with both of the feet, and we're gonna hover on down. Inhaling up dog. Exhaling down dog. So we've got all that fun on the left side. This is the last time we're coming into this flow. So finding down dog, patting it through the heels. Breathing here. Send the left leg up to the sky. Bend the left knee, bring the left knee into the left elbow. Send it down to the wrist. Take it across to the right wrist, bring it up to the right elbow. Bring it to the nose and flip the foot in between the hands. Pull the belly in and inhale, we rise. Exhale, we open, warrior two. Sinking a little bit lower, breathing here, opening. Left elbow goes onto the left knee. Right arm comes up and over the head. Warrior two into our extended side angle. Bring the right hand all the way down to the floor. Pivot onto the ball of your right foot and the left arm up to the sky. Breathing in and out. Bring the left hand down. Step that left foot in underneath the hips. Pull the belly in, lift the right leg up, and again, flex through your right foot. Pull in, bring your hands in, and then see if you can extend your arms out and away from you. Lengthening through the whole of the body, sink down as low as you can on that left leg, and then fire it up. Again, sink down as low as you can on that left leg, and fire it up. Bring the hands down to the floor with control. Lift the right leg nice and high. Bend the right knee. Bring the right knee down to touch your left calf or ankle. Send it back up again. Two more. Right knee comes down to touch your left calf or ankle. That left leg's really firing up now. Bring it high and then bring it down and send it back. Bring your right foot down to the floor. See if you can take the weight back, spreading it out equally between your legs. Take your left hand either onto your ankle or your peace fingers around the big toe. Try not to lock this left knee out, a slight micro bend. Pull the belly in and send the right arm either to the hip first or up towards the sky. Breathing in, maybe turn to look towards your extended right fingertips. I'm doing this with my eyes closed because of the sun, which is glorious, but it makes it a little bit harder to balance. Extra challenge, eh? And then bring that right hand down. Stepping back into the left leg, it's the final one. We're gonna bend our right leg. Squeeze the right leg in towards us, so you're squeezing the thigh into the chest. Pulling the belly in, and see if you can hold on to that left ankle. Hold that balance. This is coming into part of what's called a flamingo pose. Breathing in, maybe you want to bring the hands into prayer, into the chest. Hold, keep that balance, and then take the hands all the way down to the floor. Keep the right leg bent. Can you take the left foot back into plank? Take the right leg down to join. Find plank, pull the belly in, bend those elbows, and we hover to the floor. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, child's pose. Take the knees nice and wide, extend the arms out in front of us, the forehead finds the floor. Breathing in and breathing out. Wonderful. And then gently lift up. Look forwards, come onto all fours. We're going to stretch out through the hip flexing the quad a little bit by sending the left leg out and away from us. Bend the left leg. We're going to send the right arm behind and see if you can catch hold of that left foot. It might be a little cheat is to take the knee down to the floor and reach back for the foot to start off with, and then see if you can start to lift the leg up. And just open here, pushing the top of the foot up towards the sky, breathing in and breathing out. And then release, bring the hand down, bring the left knee up and in between your wrists. Walk the left foot towards the outside of your mat, the right side of the mat. Slide the right leg down and behind, and then press into your fingertips and lift up into a high pigeon. So you want your frontal hip bones, the pointy bits at the front of your hips, rather than pointing to the side, to be pointing down towards the floor. This is quite deep into your left glute, the piriformis, the glute med, maybe coming slightly into the IT band or the hamstring. And on your fingertips, lifting nice and high, you have the option of staying here. If you fancy taking it a little bit further today, bring your left hand down on the floor, just in front of your left knee for support. Send the right arm all the way back, trying to keep your right hip pointing down towards the floor. Bend your right leg, reach back for your right foot. This is coming into the beginning of what's called a mermaid pose. So finding a deep stretch in the right quad. For those of you that are quite tight, I know for one that I can definitely feel it today. But if you do want to take it further, see if you can hook your wrist, your hand even more over the foot and just draw it in towards you. Breathing in and breathing out. Take the foot back down to the floor. We're going to come into a flying pigeon now, so a little bit of core work. Push the palms in towards the mat and pushing into the top of the right foot. Can you lift the left leg up and off the floor? Hold for 3, 2, 1. Send it back, push back into your downward facing dog. Lovely stuff. We're going to do all of that on the left side. So bring the left knee in between your wrists. Walk the left foot. I think we've done this side. Bring the right leg in between your wrists. Walk the right knee in between and take your right foot to the outside of the mat, the left side of the mat. Lift the chest. Make sure you're doing opposite to what you just did. Roll the shoulders back and down. Breathing here. If you want to take it that bit further, you can take the right palm to the floor in front of your knee. Send the left arm all the way behind, reaching for that left foot. Draw it in and open here. Breathing here. Inhale and exhale. Release that leg down and finding that flying pigeon. So we're going to push into the top of our left foot. Squeeze our hands, pushing them down in towards the floor and draw the right leg into the chest. Find height, hold, breathing for 3, 2, 1. Send the right leg back and we're going to take a vinyasa. So in your plank, lower the knees down. If you want to, bend your elbows, hover yourself down to the floor. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Relax those shoulders. Exhale, child's pose. This time take the knees as wide as the mat, the pig toes to touch, but send your arms either side of your legs. Turn your head to one side and find that breath. Breathing deeply. And then keep your legs where they are, the head where it is, send the arms out in front into an extended pose. And then look up and forwards. Bring the hands in ever so slightly. Push your knees in towards one another. Find all fours, tuck your toes under, and take a down dog with your feet together. And just rock from one side to the other, feeling the transfer of weight through the back of the legs. And then slowly, slower than you normally would, baby steps, walk your feet in towards you, but with each step, push the heel down towards the floor. Bend the knees as much as you need to, come up onto your fingertips if you need to, until you come all the way to the top of your mat, hanging in a forward fold. Maybe find your elbows, take a little rock from one side to the other. Then take your hands back down to the mat. Walk your feet out so they are hip width and parallel. And take your right hand behind to the outside of your right leg, back through the center of your legs and grab hold of your left shin. So if I turn straight on, you might be able to see, but taking your left hand behind, drawing it around and in between the legs and onto your right shin. And you're just going to use this as leverage today. So we're going to inhale, we're going to bend the knees. And as we exhale, we're going to push and use the strength of our quads to draw our head forward and take us into a forward fold. Inhale, we're going to bend the knees. And as we exhale, holding onto the shins, we're going to lower the head down towards the floor and straighten the legs. One more, bend the knees, look forward a touch. And then send it back, lift the hips up nice and high. Push into the shins, straighten the legs, and soften. Release your hands down, step back into your downward facing dog. Pad it out through the backs of your heels, the back of the legs, pedaling through the feet. And then look towards your hands, walk, step or jump your feet forwards and come into your seated cross-legged position on your mat. Wonderful. So we're going to finish with our cow face legs today. Cow face pose for the legs, I should say. So you're going to send your right foot out in front of you. You then want your left leg, which is kind of bent underneath, to be drawn as far over so your left heel is to the outside of your right hip as you can. We're then going to walk our right leg up and over our left thigh, but see how far round you can walk the leg. Nice. Now you might already be feeling a big deep pull in the outside of your right leg, maybe into the IT band, into the hip flexors or the piriformis. You might want to see if you can sit forward, touch, stack your knees and wrap the right foot all the way around so your knees are stacked one on top of the other. It's like twister for your legs. If you're more comfortable with your leg here, I would recommend staying here. I have been trying to practice and perfect this for many years and it goes deep into my hip, so if this isn't quite attainable for you today, it does not matter. So wherever you are, take your fingertips down towards the floor. If your leg is just here, take the fingertips down and see if you can draw your head to your knee. If you've got the leg tucked in behind you with your knees stacked one on top of the other, again, just see if you can draw your head down. It's quite a deep stretch through the outside of the legs. Breathing in and out. gently lifting up. We're going to unravel those legs and send the right leg all the way back so that the sole of the left foot goes onto the right thigh. And following the trajectory of your belly button, the line of the belly button, see if first of all you can sit in this position without there being any airtime or space under your right glute. So can you sit completely grounded into the floor with both of your cheeks? If you can't, just work on that today. It really does not matter. I know sometimes if I spend a lot of time on my bike and my hips become really, really tight, I actually can't get into this position. So if you've got a lot of tightness there, or you feel you're leaning over to one side, just work on trying to ground down into those hips. Good. And only if you feel completely grounded into the mat, then take it forwards. You'll find that your hips will want, especially that right hip, will want to lift up and off the floor here. Try to prevent that. Just folding forwards, feeling even more through those hip flexors. And then lift up. I'm just going to turn ever so slightly, but you guys stay where you are so you can see my feet a little bit more. Take your right hand, hold onto your right foot. Can you lift that right foot up and off the floor? Can you lift it up even higher? And if you can lift it up, can you then engage through those hip flexors and see if you can hold it? And just hold for 3, 2, 1, lower down. It's right in the hip. Release it off. Shake it out. Bring your feet nice and wide. And just take a little windscreen wiper with the legs. We're then going to repeat that on the other side. So we're going to wrap our right leg underneath and take our left leg up and over our right thigh. Good stuff. I should have brought sunglasses out today. So nice. Lifting the chest. Option if you want to, just to stay here with the left glute grounded in towards the mat, just resting behind your right foot, your left leg up and over, and you want to be pushing into that left toe. If you want to take it further, you do have the option to bring that leg around, stack the knees one on top of the other, but please do be mindful that this is quite an intense pose, especially through those exterior hip flexors. So just be careful. If that's not for you today, take it back to the level where you felt you could get the benefit of the stretch. And then again, if both of your sitting bones, so you don't want to be lifting up through this side, if both of your sitting bones are grounded down and towards the mat, then you do have that option to start coming forwards and just folding over the legs. And you want to be taking big, deep breaths here. Gently release. Release that left leg all the way up. And again, we're going to take it so our left leg is to the side and the sole of our right foot goes into the left thigh. You want to be pushing that left hip flexor down to the floor. So you may find that you're in this position, leaning over to the right, and your body wants to send you that way. Can you push that hip back down into the floor? Lift the chest and stay grounded here. Now I actually probably have about an inch underneath my left glute. It's not pushed down towards the mat. That's probably what I was saying earlier about the cycling. So on this side is a little bit tighter. So I'm going to mindfully stay here today and work on pushing my left hip down and opening through my hip flexors. If you can bring it forwards, you know what to do. Take your hands out in front of you and just take a little forward fold, but don't let that left glute come up and off the mat. Keep working through those hips. Good stuff. Breathing in and breathing out. And then lift up or release. If you can, take your left hand, hold on to your left foot and see if you can lift that left leg up and off the floor. It's quite deep through the hips. Try not to lean over to the side. Try to sit up nice and tall. Good stuff. And then can you hold that leg there, squeezing through that exterior hip flexor for 3, 2, 1, release. Good. Bring both of your legs forward this time. Take the soles of your feet together Walking your sitting bones about a foot away from your heels, space between the groin and the heels, and draw your hands around the feet. Bend your elbows, take the elbows in front of the shins and find a forward fold. Finding softness here, finding the breath here. And then slowly coming up. Last pose of the day today before we come into a touch of relaxation. We're going to send the legs as wide as possible for us. And with your fingers behind you, supporting, all we're going to do is flex through the feet, draw your heels up and off the floor, and push in towards the glutes. Feeling that opening the legs. Maybe you can take your legs a little bit wider after doing that. Try not to lean back into the hands. Can you lift your arms up, drawing them forwards, reaching? Maybe you can reach for your toes. Maybe you can hold on to your ankles. Wherever you can find a bind today, just draw yourself down towards the floor. Opening here. And we're going to stay here for 3 deep breaths. Try to get a bind so you can create some traction. Maybe that's holding onto your ankles or your shins. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And then gently coming up. Rolling the shoulders back and down. Bring the legs in together and find that seated cross-legged position. Take your hands onto your knees, roll the shoulders back and down. And like as we started, become aware of your breath. Maybe you can hear the birds or the wind. Just tune out your thoughts. Just become as mindful as you can on your breath. Big breath in. Big breath out. Option to have your eyes open or closed, whatever works for you. Big breath in and big breath out. Just a couple more big breaths in. Big breath out. Big breath in. And big. Rubbing your palms together, creating friction. Taking your warm palms over your eyes. One more big breath in through the nose. Don't be shy. The biggest exhale you can give. Let it go. Open your eyes in the warmth.